are they going to do? It's what people are going to do with that information. That's the next big challenge.
Well,
are they going to sit on their bums and do nothing about it? Or are they going to do something about it, which is get up, which is march, which is campaign? That's what they got to do now. You've won that war, my friend.
We've won that war together. We are starting to win that war, and I agree. It's about going and talking to your parliament, going and talking to your Congress, going and talking to your local legislature, letting them know, hey, I know the score, other people do, and that gives them the moral courage to then step up. And then when somebody steps up and doesn't even go all the way but does the right thing, you've got to then back them. Because so many times we get politicians to do the right thing, and then when they get trouble, we turn on them. No, we've got to then back people once we've made them our champions. Let's go to some more calls. Mama in Oregon, thanks for holding. You're on the air.
Yes, thank God for Richie Allen and Alex Jones.
Oh, you're a sweetheart. What's your point, ma'am?
Yes, all the reports now that are coming out about the pedophilia.
Yes.
We also have to think about the unreported. Okay? Just like you said, you had trouble believing all of this in the beginning, but there's so much that's going unreported. And then if it is, it's destroyed. You know, they're destroying the family and our future. The pedophilia is ancient evil on earth, and it's attacking our spirits. It's destroying our future by destroying our children. And we've got to start informing the children who the enemy is, what the evil is, and we've got to warn them, arm them, and support them.
Well, that's a good point. That's a good point, is that they tell parents, don't tell your children about evil, don't tell them about corruption, tell them the government's good. Kids, when they're little, are ready to learn the basic archetypes of good and evil. We need to be warning our children, even though it's scary, and teaching them about the New World Order, teaching them about oppressors, teaching them about abusers. That's, in fact, top psychologists have come out and said the TSA groping of children is pedophile training. God bless you, caller from Oregon, Mama. Comments on that, Richie Allen?
I'm guessing that Mama, like you, Alex, is a parent. I'm not a parent yet. I hope Caroline, that's my fiance, and I hope we have children sometime. It's especially horrible and hurtful thing for parents. I can only imagine it. I've worked with children over the years as a soccer coach. I've got young child relatives, and children are beautiful, you know. And she's right to get upset there. It's very difficult for me not to become upset when you think about it.
It makes me, well, once you become a parent, you have violent thoughts when you even think about it. And I'm not a violent person, but it's just when I think about people hurting kids, it's just my instinct is to bash their brains out.
Yeah, I can only imagine, Alex. All I can say to Mama is, look, things are coming out now, you know, because of programs like this, because of programs like mine, because of David. God love David Icke writing that book in 1998, you know, and taking all the abuse he did for doing that. It's in people's faces now, Mama, and that's the start, that, you know. And I like to think that because even the mainstream have no choice now but to report on it, that might make children who might have been in danger next week and next month, maybe they won't be. I think we're going to get somewhere with this, you know, I really do.
All right, Richie Allen, we're out of time. I know you've got to go. We got Cranky Canadian and others coming up after this break, but we'll have you back again soon. Godspeed. We really appreciate you and knowing there's other great people out there like you.
It was an honor, Alex. Thank you very much for having me on. And like I said, mate, you have inspired thousands of people to do what I've done, which is to get away from the mainstream media where I started into making the programs. You were one of the first to do it, my friend, and I'm absolutely in debt to you. Thank you.
Well, Richie, we appreciate you. There goes Richie Allen. Yeah, he used to host 5-6 years ago. I'd go on a show routinely, a big mainline broadcast radio, and then he started a cable channel and does a bunch of other stuff. Very exciting to see that going on, because that's my main goal, is to inspire other men and women who are just as smart, just as strong, and in some cases more so than I am, to fight. I'm just here to defeat the globalist. That's all I want. I mean, they can put a gun to my head right now and say, you know, let us pull the trigger, the New World Order falls. I'd say, pull that trigger. I mean, don't even wait. Just pull it. And I'm not looking to die. I don't want to die. I'd never commit suicide. The point is, the allegory is, I'd lay my life down right now, no thought, throw me in a meat grinder right now that defeats them. But we don't have to kill ourselves to defeat the New World Order. We just got to stand up and say, you know, I'm done. Get past the fear, stand up for basic liberty, basic freedom, and admit how evil the globalists are, and these phantoms will incinerate like vampires at high noon. Calls are straight ahead. This NBA thing is just, it's just another salvo, but it just signifies how naked this is. This should be waking everybody up, not getting them in line to be henpecked. It's just ridiculous. Cranky Canadian, you're on the air. Welcome.
How's it going there, Alex?
I'm good, brother. Talking to you. How may I serve you?
I'm calling in. I have a couple points I want to make. So you've covered, Alan was saying something about Greece there and how that's pretty much been predicted.
Yeah, I mean, you don't elect leftist governments that then actually default on IMF World Bank stuff. So that was their big mistake. They're really scared of Le Pen, who's actually nationalist, and then she knows what she's doing in France. Le Pen is for real. That's why they're trying to basically ban it.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I have a comment about these pedophiles that are going crazy. And
now go ahead, brother.
Okay, well, I have a bit of experience with that. You know, I was unfortunate to get one that was abused as a child. I had 10 girlfriends previous to that, I think, before I actually was going to be engaged to her. And so I saw all the symptoms of what that... So if you can't figure out what's going on in their head, you can at least discover what the symptoms, the effects of all that is.
Let me understand what you're saying. You were abused, so then when you had a girlfriend who'd been abused, you knew how to recognize it?
No, the girlfriend was abused. I had to deal with it when I was engaged to marry her.
Okay,
I'll tell you, I can tell you, it wasn't pleasant.
Yeah, it causes a lot of scars and a lot of mental problems. Yeah.
When you get abused as a child, I got no trust from her whatsoever. I got right before she was born, she didn't want me in the hospital.
You mean before you had a child?
The bonding is absolutely not there. Like, it doesn't happen.
Yeah, it destroys love and trust, people that have been abused, and that's the globalist plan, is to create people that don't have any bonds. That's why they want to destroy the family. That's why they want to get men and women fighting with each other. It is so wicked. Thanks for the call, Cranky Canadian. Stephen in Florida, still on the subject of the pedophiles being exposed worldwide. Go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon, Alex. This is one of my hot-button issues. I'm glad you're talking about this again. Alex, I've mentioned this to David Knight before when I called in, when he was hosting in your place. There's a guy that single-handedly undermined the moral fabric of this country and, of course, was funded by the Rockefellers back through the 30s, through the 50s. And
Edward Bernays?
No, Alfred Kinsey.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And, yeah, there's a woman named Dr. Judith Reisman. If you go to Dr. Judith Reisman, it's REISMAN.com. And there's another website, KinseySyndrome.com. That 3-hour documentary really blows wide open. This guy, Kinsey, was involved with the Nazis.
I know.
He was funded by the Rockefellers. He had a soundproof lab at Indiana University. This guy got the laws on the books, the whole penal system of the United States against sex crimes changed through Harvard Law School. And this is tied in with the porn industry. And I'm telling you, if you could get Dr. Judith...
No, they've made movies about him, celebrating him on the left, and they have no idea that they realize that once they created this fake sexual liberation, they could get anything done. And if you expand on that into some of the other top psychologists and psychiatrists and the things that they've pushed, it's all towards basically legalizing pedophilia down the road. I'm glad you called in about this.
Yeah.
Do you want to elaborate on it? You want to hold over, Stephen?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, guys, let's pull that up, because they made a movie about him, how great he was. And it made, it's about fun and women being liberated. No, it's not. We're going to expose the truth when we come back. I'm going to tell you about Dr. Ewing Cameron and the torture command base.
We're on the march. The